Hello, in this video we're gonna try and replace the keyboard of this Lenovo IdeaPad 330. The keyboard of this type of laptops is bonded to the plastic, so we'll try to replace it. We have a spare keyboard here. The problem with this one is working, but it has some burn marks here and the customer wants us to replace it. So let's start. It will be I suppose, a very long video. Also will be a boring one, I guess, and a little messy. The first thing we have to do, we have to open the laptop. We have to remove the screws, remove the back cover. On this model, I think we have to remove the board also because the keyboard is under the board. So let's start. We're gonna remove all the screws. They should be the same size. Now we're going to use something sharp in order to separate. We have the back cover out. Now we have to remove the battery because we have to leave the board. I told you it will be a long video, so you can, I guess, skip to the part where we do all the things. Now we have to disconnect the Wi-Fi. We have to remove the board plus the hard drive. Be careful, some of the cables are stuck to the board. This laptop hasn't been opened before, so We're gonna disconnect the touchpad, the speakers. We have to disconnect the LCD cable. Pretty much we have to remove everything. We have one screw here under the Lenovo sticker. We're gonna remove it. Plus we have to remove the hinge. We're gonna remove both of them, and we're gonna remove the display because it will be much easier for us to work. This way will prevent the display from getting damaged. I told you it will be a long and boring video. Now we have to remove the two screws which are holding the charging port. Just a second. Sorry about that. We have the board out of the way. We have the touchpad and the keyboard also. And we have to remove the optical drive connector. Now this is the plastic. We have to remove Now we have to open the metal cover above the keyboard, which is really a long process. Now I usually use a paper cutter. I'm gonna cut some of these bits. After that I'm collecting them, and I'm using an old soldering iron to try to melt the plastic back. So we'll see how it goes. You don't have to remove all of them, but we have to start someplace. You can try and lift it a little bit while you're cutting. Since I don't edit the videos, you can skip. We're gonna continue. You can just cut the big ones. The little ones will fall off by themselves once you leave the metal plate. I've seen people using a tape to put back the keyboard, but it doesn't look very nice at the end. So this is the longer process, but the final result is much satisfying. We're gonna cut on this side, and I think we should be able to lift the plastic. We have the metal plate out. Let's clean all the debris. We're gonna use this. Don't throw it away. Now let's see about the keyboard. Those are also bonded. So you have two options here. One is to try and peel off the whole keyboard, but there's a chance to crack the plastic. The other way is to use a soldering iron to heat the bits a little bit and then remove the keyboard. I'm gonna try and cut most of them, just like I did with the metal ones. I did warn you that the video is gonna be longer. Once you remove some of them, you can start peeling the old keyboard. Hold the plastic with a hand so you can prevent it from damaging. Now we have to cut the last ones. We have the keyboard out. The plastic is in one piece, nothing broken. Now let me stop the video for a second. I'm gonna find my old soldering iron and we're gonna continue after a few minutes. Now let's prepare the keyboard. This is the old one, this is the new one, so we have to bend the keyboard so it stays in the same place. Like this, and after that we're gonna just bend this side. Now let's see, the keyboard is going nicely. Now that's my old soldering iron. I use it only for melting a plastic. So the thing that I do, I just get a piece with the tip of the iron and just put it like this to melt. It's a bit smelly, but it does the job pretty well. I'll try to show you if the camera can focus. But once you melt it, also you push for each piece and the thing is stacking very well. It's a little bit of a long process, but if you want to do the job like it's supposed to be, do it in one direction. Just push a little bit, then use the iron, then you continue to the next one. It looks a little complicated, but actually it's not. It's just a time-taking process. And it's very smelly because we're melting plastic and we don't have a fume extractor, so it's overall a very smelly experience, but that's what we have to do. I'm using a metal shield so I don't melt my pad. As I said, you can skip and rewind to the end. I will not edit the video either way. That's how I record the videos. Just be careful with the soldering iron, not to melt something that you shouldn't have. Just a second. Let's continue. We're almost at the end of the first part because we have to put the metal plate the same way. I think we're ready. Now let's check. As you can see, the keyboard is nice and there is no spots where it's not even. Uh, Also, on this side we have the board which will hold the keyboard. This is the area where we have to be more careful. Now we have to put the metal shield. Will this be enough? Let me check, because I don't remember. Yeah, should be okay. Now we have to do the same thing with the metal shield. We just have to push and melt. Now you don't have to do this on all the plastic bits, but as many as you do, it will be more stronger. I'll say it again, you can rewind if you like, otherwise you can watch the boring melting of the plastic. Also push and melt. We're not gonna use all the plastic bits, of course. We're gonna make first the sides and then we'll see. Now this part here is around the CD. Try not to make them very big, otherwise when you try to slide the CD it will not go. Sorry about that again. I had customers. So let's continue. I think we were here. Yeah. Try not to hold the soldering iron too much at one place, otherwise you may melt the plastic under the keyboard. I think that should be enough. The keyboard is okay. Now we have to put everything back together. Let me put the soldering iron aside. Now we have to put back the cables. Let's put back the board. Oops. Yeah. we did a mistake here. We have to put the board first and then to put the hinge. Not a big problem. Now we have to put the two screws which were holding the charging port. We have to connect the speakers. I have to put the optical drive board. And we forgot to pull out the cable of the keyboard because we are recording and since we are a little stupid, we have to open this again. We're gonna put back the LCD cable, speakers again. We're gonna connect the touchpad. We're gonna connect the keyboard like this. Okay, we're gonna leave it like this. Now the tricky part is to put those tiny connectors in without breaking them. Let's see, did we connect everything? Speakers, display, yeah, okay. Now we have to put the hard drive back in. Sorry. Now let's test just to see if the keyboard works or not. Power on. The power on key is working. Let's see, do we have light? It may take a while to load because we did disconnect the battery, the main battery. Let's check the keyboard. Yeah, the keys are working fine. It's just loading slowly. Yeah, it's working. Now I have to close the laptop, power it off, and I have to remove the board again because I forgot to put the isolating plastic, and this video is long enough already, so basically that's the whole procedure, and I think that's the proper way to replace this type of keyboards. It takes a little more time, but I think it's worth it. I hope you like the video. Bye bye for now.